Hey, I'm Caleb Anderson, and this is the Spirit Farm podcast, where we celebrate grace, cultivate growth for real people in real time. We talk about the inner work that makes the outer work and all of life work and how it's all connected, and we're all connected. On this teaching edition, I want to talk about how I kick off my morning routine, at least how I've been doing it for the last year. The results this past year have been incredible, from a sense of peace coming out of a really hard season about 18 months ago to focus and clarity on what's to come. Even though there's a lack of certainty, I still have clarity. Even though there's still chaos in my life and everything isn't figured out and sorted, I still have conviction. I still have excitement and energy to keep pushing forward into the unknown, into the adventure. And I'm excited. It's been a really hard year, but a really good year, and it's gotten me to a great place. And I know that after just 1 year, if this is where I am, years 2 and 3 and 5 and 10 of continuing to cultivate this habit and this morning routine is just gonna see exponential growth, because habits are like investments. They compound over time. So as we start off a new year, whenever it is that you listen to this, but particularly if you're listening to this as we kick off 2020, this is a great episode, a really important episode to help you make the most of your morning. And when you make the most of your morning, you're gonna make the most of the rest of the day. So whatever your morning routine looks like, consider including my tasks as a part of your focus, as a part of your clarity, as a part of your connecting with yourself, with your Creator God, and launching you into your day. I want to tell you about my morning miracle meditation. And I use those words intentionally. I use the term miracle because I actually believe that if you start practicing this, that you will see miracles in your life. It's maybe not because miracles aren't already happening, but because miracles that are happening, you're missing. And I think that if you get grounded, get centered, get connected in the morning, it'll help you see the miracles that are happening, help you enjoy the miracles that are happening, and you'll catalyze more miracles, because it's about connection. It's about connection to the Spirit of God that brings these things into being, and you'll enjoy that. You'll enjoy your life. Meditation, because it's a buzzword in our culture right now, and it's nothing new. It's such an ancient practice going back thousands of years. People have been doing this. The ancient scriptures are all about meditation. The part of the problem is we have divorced Eastern from Western in terms of our theology and our practices. Our Western mindset has been growth and progress and change and building, and we've taken that even into our churches, to our faith systems, to our belief systems, and to our morality. If we can just do better, be better, build the thing, and we have divorced it from the Eastern context from which these scriptures came, where contemplation and meditation were such the fabric of faith, the fabric of spiritual growth, an ongoing moment by moment connection to the Spirit, connection to the God of everything, the God of the universe. So I think it's really important to talk about meditation in that sense, not in some weird woo-woo new agey thing, whatever that means, but in the sense of connecting with God as you start your day, who He's designed you to be, who you are, body, mind, heart, and soul, connected to the Spirit and moving through the priorities of your day. So I'm excited to share this with you. This is what I call tasks. Tasks, it's an acronym. Hopefully that'll help you to remember it. It helps me to remember it. And this is the work that I do before I do the work that I do. Every day, this is the work that I do before I put my hands to the work that I do. And it's my invitation to you and how you start the first 10 minutes of your day that could change everything. And I mean that with the utmost sincerity. Here's the first thing, the T. Thank. We start with thankfulness because it's the best place to start. The ancient scriptures and our ancestors for generations have been bullish on thankfulness. It's almost as if they've been whispering to us throughout books of the Bible, throughout history, throughout generations and generations. Be thankful. Give thanks to God for every good thing. It's just better this way. And now science and modern day gurus, Tony Robbins on down, are all about teaching gratitude because we've discovered that gratitude not only changes your attitude, it softens your heart. It relaxes your shoulders and it fixes your mind on the good, the blessings, the benefits, the things that are going right in your life instead of just obsessing about the things that are going wrong. And when you have that outlook, that is what you will see. When you are looking for the things that are going right, when you are looking for the blessings, the gifts, the good stuff, you will see it and you will see more of it. And then you'll begin to expect it. And that posture of thankfulness and gratitude, it's almost just like an open-handed invitation for God to keep pouring out, for the blessings to keep coming. And we like being around people that are thankful, don't we? I would prefer to be around someone who is grateful because gratefulness leads to generosity. Gratefulness leads to joy. And I like those people better. I prefer to spend my time with those types of people. How about you? And you can become that type of person. It's not difficult. It starts with just a couple moments in the morning. Our tasks are the things that are going to propel our day, and they start with thanks, giving thanks, being grateful, focusing on the good. So this is a number of years ago, I woke up every day and just did this part of the morning routine, which was a gratitude journal. And I wrote down in a journal a few things that I was thankful for every single day for a year, and it changed my life. It changed my heart. I incorporate this now into my tasks in this simple way. I sit down in a brown chair, sometimes on the floor or sometimes at a prayer garden if I have to get out of the house or something like that. I'll talk about that at the end. But I will put my hands out like this and I will just say, thanks. Close my eyes, thanks, God, thanks. And I will focus on a few things that I am grateful for. And I won't just say it out loud. I will wait in that posture until I feel it. I will focus on Hillary, my wife. I will focus on each of my kids, Jack, Henry, Eden. I will focus on the work that I have, the people that I get to work with, the opportunities that are in front of me, the abilities that I have, the health that I enjoy, the home, the family, the friends, all whatever it is. I'll focus on 3 to 7 things in any given morning, and I will wait until my heart is moved toward actually feeling appreciation for those things. If it's slow and I'm lethargic and I'm just not feeling the love, then I'll take longer and I'll wait and I'll linger and I'll think about specific things. God, thank you for the way when I came home last night that Jack just ran to the door and shouted, "Daddy, Daddy!" and just made me feel so good. And I'll remember that. I'll put myself in that moment and I'll feel the appreciation. I'll feel the gratitude. Think about those things. Think about those things that move your heart. Think about those things that you can be thankful for from the giver of every good gift. If you focus on those things, your heart will be moved in that direction. Then your mind will be trained to look for the good. And it's just better this way. That's how we begin the morning. That's how we begin our tasks routine. We thank. The second thing that we do is we affirm. Affirm. I have a friend named Eric Bowles. He was on the podcast in season 1, an awesome interview, a great man. And Eric taught me, probably before anyone else, really kind of the science, the discipline, and the usefulness of affirmations. Eric had been doing this for years since he came out of the NFL after having a short, kind of pressed season or 3 seasons. It didn't go well. He didn't have the kind of success that he wanted. And in part because he hadn't trained his mind to believe he could have that kind of success. And so he's dedicated the rest of his life to training not only his mind, but also instructing others in a corporate setting and coaching executives and all that kind of stuff. And what Eric taught me was that it matters. It matters, the thoughts, the phrases, the sentences that we focus on. Now we know that, and we know that there's these ancient scriptures about focus on these things, set your mind on these things, concentrate and think about these things that are true and beautiful and noble and helpful and all that kind of stuff. We know that in theory, but are you practicing it every day? Because whatever you're thinking about consistently is the direction that your life is moving. And so Eric taught me to write on a note card specific affirmations. You can base these things off of famous quotes. You can base these things off of Bible verses. You can base these things off of things that parents or others, affirming, inspiring things that people have told you about you, or things that you want to be more true in your life. But whatever you do, I think about these things, write them down. I have them in my Evernote and in a handwritten journal so I can reflect. I have them memorized now, but I can look back if I need the help or if I need the reassurance or the recommitment. And I think about those things and say them in my mind and sometimes out loud every morning. I do that in the future and present tense. Here's what I mean. I say, I am becoming this. Because here's the thing, if you say, like some people do, that this has already happened, I am Superman, I can leap tall buildings in a single bound, your brain is like, yeah, but are you? Can you? Or I have $100 million, but do you, right? And I know that there's people that talk about, say it like it's already true. And I think that doesn't work for me. I say it like it's becoming true. I say it like it's becoming true. So I have a desire, a vision to be an author who's read by millions of people. And so I say, I am becoming a writer who is read by millions of people. And that is something that I say because that is true. I believe that to my core. I am becoming. It's not true yet, but I am becoming that. I am taking steps in that direction. I am becoming a great husband, that my wife feels loved by me, that my kids believe that I love them unconditionally, and I'm catapulting them in the direction that they're designed to go. Whatever those affirmations are to you, write them as if they are true and becoming true. True, that there's an essence of truth, and becoming true, like you are making progress in that direction. In the very beginning of the Bible, we read that God spoke things into being. That he spoke and there was light. He spoke and there was life. He spoke and there was a division between water and land. God is the author of all things. He created everything and they began by being spoken into reality. There's some people that get real nervous when I talk like this and they go, yeah, but I'm not God. I'm not God. God does the speaking. He speaks things into being. Yes, absolutely, we're not God, but we have the God of the universe, his image. We were made in his image. We have his divine thumbprint. He said to us, hey, continue in this creation and this management process. He said, I'm gonna put my spirit, I'm gonna breathe my spirit into you. And Jesus said, you're gonna keep doing the things that I have been doing and even more. Even cooler things. There's a constant invitation from this creator for us to be creative. We're not God, but we're made in God's image with that creative gene. And it begins with how we speak. So these affirmations, they are the spark of new ideas, creativity. Nothing that exists was created, was built before it was spoken. It was a thought that was spoken out loud, and then people put legs to it and executed it. It's a word, and then it's work and hustle and building over time, but it begins with the word. I don't just say that I'm a writer that's going to reach a lot of people and then sit back and not write. No. There is a lot of work that is involved, but it begins with the affirmation that I believe it's true, I believe that it's becoming true, and I'm ready to do the hard work. So think about a few affirmations that really align with who you believe that God has made you to be, who you're designed to be, the direction that you are going, and write them out as if they are true and becoming true. I am this. This is happening. This is in progress. And think about such things. Those are the first two on the task list. Number 3 is Surrender. Surrender. This one might be a little bit more on the uncomfortable side, not quite as empowering as the affirmations, but so critical, so absolutely important. If you look at Alcoholics Anonymous or any of those kind of support systems, one of the things that they focus on is surrendering to a higher power. That there are things in my life that I do not have the power to overcome. There are things in this universe that I cannot control. There are outcomes that are beyond my control, that are things that are gonna happen, natural disasters, other people's choices, things that happen to me, ways that I'm made, my height, things like that I can't control. Then there's all these other things that I can control. But it begins with a posture of saying, I am going to trust my life into the hands of the Creator who designed this life. I'm going to entrust my life to the God who has a plan and a purpose for my life. And if I try to squeeze and control everything when I'm not designed to control it, I'm just going to be constantly frustrated. And if I try to squeeze and control all my dreams and even my affirmations, but it's not really God's precise plan, and there's a greater plan, a bigger plan that God wants to steer, direct, shift, move, or something out of my control kind of disrupts everything, and I'm holding so tightly to the plan that I have, I will be frustrated, I will be depressed, I might even give up. But if I'm surrendered, then I can say, oh, that's a roadblock. I wonder if there's a way around. I wonder if there's a way over. I wonder how the God of the universe is going to bring good out of this bad situation. And I'm going to surrender my own plans to his divine purposes. I'm going to surrender my own thoughts to bigger thoughts and bigger plans because everything is connected and I only see this little bit of it. And so I remember that I am not God, but God created me, loves me, and has good things for me. One way or another, this is going to work out for good. So I'm going to keep chasing it. I'm going to keep going. I'm going to keep with the affirmations, and I'm going to find my way through because God is with me and will bring me through. But it starts with surrender. And I put my hands out like this, and after I go through my affirmations, I just say, and I trust you. These are my plans. This is who I think you made me to be. This is the direction that I'm going. This is what I'm chasing, and I surrender it. If there's a better way, I'm in. If there's a different path, I want it. If there's a way that you want to get me there faster, I'm in. If there's a way that you're going to slow this down because I need more growth, more depth, more learning, then I'll trust that and I'll go with it, right? Surrender to the things that are out of my control. There's peace in that. There's comfort in that, knowing that this God can be trusted and I'm choosing to participate in the flow of what this God is doing. Similar to how Jesus said when he was about to leave and just kind of go back and do his heavenly thing before he was crucified and rose from the dead, of course, he's walking with his disciples and he said, look guys, here's a vineyard, here's a vine with some branches and some grapes on it. Here's the thing, never forget this. You're not the vine, okay? God is the vine. You're a branch. Be a branch. Enjoy being a branch. You don't have to be the vine. The vine is the source of life. The vine is the thing that goes into the ground, brings all the nutrients, the nourishment up through the system and out to the branches. The branches, their job is just to stay connected to the vine. You stay connected, you surrender, you stay connected, and you will live. And you will produce fruit naturally because of the life that's flowing up through you and into you and out from you, and fruit will be produced. You don't have to force it and try to create the fruit on your own. That won't be fulfilling. That won't be what you want. That's going to be a frustrating life. And you'll be kind of this aggravated person all the time. And people will be like, nah. But if you just surrender to the flow of God's life system, God's the vine, we are branches. When we're disconnected, we're just a stick. But when we're connected, life happens. Fruit is produced. There's fulfillment, there's joy, there's enough. And that's where we want to be. That's TASK is kill. Kill. This is the place, this is the time when I think about what's getting in the way of this flow. What's getting in the way of what's blocking the flow? What's blocking me from being connected to God? What's blocking me from being connected to others? What's blocking me from being connected to myself? Body, mind, heart, soul, integrated, connected, healthy. For me, there's several things. The one that comes to mind quickest, top of mind, is fear of what people think. Because I grew up good at stuff. I grew up an example and like oldest of 3 boys and a lot of grandkids, captain of the teams and all that stuff. And so in my mind, people were always watching me and looking to me, and I had to be the example and the role model. Now I've made peace with that, and I'm here to serve, and that's what I want to do. I want to be the best example that I possibly can be. But growing up, it got a little bit twisted and confused, and I thought I had to project some image that wasn't real. I thought I had to project this image of some perfect Christian kid that did all the right moral things, made straight A's, was the captain of all the teams, the best at volleyball, the best at whatever. And there was so much pressure on me that I didn't have fun. I didn't really know who I was. My relationships weren't very deep because I didn't know how to go there. I was worried that everyone was constantly judging me. And I had to be broken of that through pain, through divorce, through difficult circumstances in my life that have just kind of hit me in a couple of different seasons that have broken that down and made me go, okay, I'm just going to be me, and I'm just going to enjoy this. I'm going to serve people the best that I can, be the best at example that I can, because this is me, and this is real, and this is what I'm good at, and this is what I'm not good at, and this is what's worked in my life, so maybe it can work in yours. That's the deal. That's what I bring to the table. But I have to kill that desire to want to look perfect, that desire to want to be something in particular, that desire to want to be further ahead, that fear of letting people down or worrying about what this person or that person is thinking of me. Number one, they're probably not thinking about me. Number two, there's going to be people that I can never please. There's a whole percentage of the population that just won't like me. And if I care about that, that's frustrating and I might quit stuff. But if I don't care about that and realize that there's another larger section of the population that probably will like me, that I might be able to serve. And it doesn't even matter how large or how small that group is. What matters is that I'm being me and that I am serving other people. So I want to kill that fear of what people think, that fear of judgment, that fear of being misunderstood or whatever, and replace that fear with a desire to serve, a commitment to just being me, that I am enough and that I'm enough to serve whoever I'm supposed to serve and not worry about that, surrender that outcome to God. So I think about it in terms of 3 R's. I reject the lie, the thing that I don't care about, the fear that I want to replace. I reject it. I receive grace because I don't have to be perfect. I'm not going to be perfect. I'm going to have those weird thoughts every day. I'm going to reject those. I'm going to receive grace. Thanks. Thanks that there's grace for me. Thanks that I don't have to be perfect. Thanks that I'm not a machine, a robot. And then I replace the thought with a more empowering thought. You see how that works? I reject the fear of worrying about what people think. I receive grace that, okay, I get to start again today. Get that out of here. And then I replace that thought with an empowering thought about serving. So I'm just me. Here's what it would look like. I reject that fear of having to appeal to everybody and please everybody. I am choosing to replace that thought, that fear, with service, that I am here to serve, that I am here to offer what I have, my experience, what works for me in service of somebody. You can use that same thing. Receive God's grace, by the way, too. I forgot that. Reject, receive, and replace. And then, finally, serve. That's why I use that example, because serve is the final thing that I focus on. That whatever I do for my work, remember, this is the work I do before I do the work that I do. And whatever it is, the work that you do, whatever you do the rest of the day, it should be in service of people. Whatever it is. If you make widgets, if you're a financial planner, if you're a teacher, if you're a stay-at-home parent, whatever it is that you do, CEO, janitor, it doesn't matter if your heart, if your mindset is in service of other people. That's the good stuff. That's the way to experience fulfillment in your life. If your life is all about you, you will not be fulfilled. If your life is all about waiting until you get somewhere else, or you serve this number of people, or you have this number of followers, or you have this much money in your bank account, you will not be fulfilled even when you get there. If you realize that you can experience life and fulfillment today, that you're thankful for what you have, that you're affirming who you are, who God's made you to be, that you surrender to the bigger plan that's out of your control, you kill the stuff that gets in the way, and that you are here to serve people with your life, you will experience the good life. You will experience your best life. You will experience fulfillment no matter where you are on the journey, because today is the only day that you can control, that you are alive, that you are living and breathing, and you can enjoy this day. You can enjoy this moment, and you can make the most of January and February and March and 2020. Whatever breaths that this God gives you to breathe, whatever work that he allows you to put your hands to, you can enjoy it. You can make the most of it, and it starts with 10 minutes a day and the tasks that you do before the rest of the stuff that you do, the 10 minutes of work that you do each morning before the work that you do the rest of the day. I hope that helps you. Let me know, make comments, share it with people that you've thought of while you've been listening, who this could be a support to, an encouragement to you. Let me know, mention me on social media, calebanderson.tv. Forward along the spiritfarm.tv website. We just want to serve you, your friends, and whomever we can encourage. God bless you. Until the next time.